Welcome to VondalgoTV's current events. My name is Lerone Brown.
I'm Rita Super.
I'm Sydney Ihedua.
It is January 25th at the time of us recording this video, and a lot has happened within the past week. Donald Trump was sworn as our new president in the Oval Office. A lot of executive orders were signed on his first day of presidency. The executive orders that were signed was dealing with things such as the pardoning of the people involved in the events that happened on January 6th. This pardon applies to approximately 1,500 people. An order designating the Mexican cartel as well as other organizations, labeling them as foreign terrorists. A proclamation declaring a national emergency at the southern borders of the United States of America in order to protect the American people from illegal invasions. These are people crossing the borders illegally and undocumented. He also is fighting against citizens' birthrights. So he ordered that the definition of this birthright citizenship under the 14th Amendment of the United States be looked at. Trump is also fighting against the DEI, that's diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. He has ordered all federal staff that was involved with the DEI hires and DEI programs to be put on paid leave and end the program altogether. This will in turn make it so that when you have these positions or you apply for these job positions, that you meet that you're based off your merits versus your race, ethnicity, or religious background. On the economical side, Donald Trump has declared a new gold age of America. His plan is to cut taxes, interest rates, lower inflation. He also created the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, that is led by Elon Musk. My thoughts are that the biggest spenders in the US is the government, which created a debt of currently $36 trillion. And taxes that we, the people, pay and other entities and corporations pay, or to fund the government. However, the amount that the people are paying to the government is less than that of the actual debt that our country is in. When you're doing the lowering of the taxes, that basically means is now the government gets paid less. So even if you create the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, which is the balance sheet or the budget sheet for the government, you have to think about it on a micro as well. The people have a budget sheet. They know that we can't apply for any type of loans if we have a high debt and low income ranges. So that same was applied to the United States. The good start is there is at least now a department that is the balance sheet of the government that controls how much the government spends. Within this, he also put a freeze to spendings of the government.
To defeat inflation and reduce the cost of daily life, I imposed a federal hiring freeze, a federal regulation freeze, a foreign aid freeze.
Until this department gets in order. I also want to talk about Elon Musk. Elon Musk got a bit of backlash. He was proud that President Trump had gotten to the Oval Office and that as he spoke, he was sending his heart to the people.
Thank you for making it happen. Thank you. My heart goes out to you.
The people interpret it as a Hitler salute, which kind of gotten Elon Musk under the spotlight. I think that when you give your heart to the people, it has been done so many times by many different peoples. From AOC, she has done it even though she was the biggest speaker of the issue.
You're gonna do a Sig Heil? You're gonna do a Hail Hitler?
Barack, there's all pictures of them making a hand gesture that's not meant to mean a Nazi salute. Some people speak with their hands, and in this case, Elon Musk gave his heart to the people, and they interpret it as a Hitler salute. A Hitler salute and a Nazi salute is not putting your hands on your heart and then throwing it out like this. It's actually your hands is down to the waist, and it comes directly up in a straight line with the knife hand, thumbs tucked in. That's a Hitler salute. So let's not misinterpret a Hitler salute from I give my heart to the people. Now, I'm going to pass it over to Mr. Sidney with environmental news. Mr. Sidney, what's going on with the environment today?
Thank you so much for having me once again, Mr. Brown. Looking at the weather and the climate change and taking an eye on the horizon, we could actually picture out exactly what has been playing down in California in LA with respect to the wildfire. And these are one of the causative causes in question that, California has been facing with respect to, the increase of wildfire that has resulted into a lot of climate change with a lot of wildfire in question, probably with a lot of fire in question being destroying a lot of homes. And effectively, that has caused a lot of problem and has caused a lot of, mismanagement and displacement of homes and individual in quite some few, at times now. Looking at it, from time primarily over the decades, California has been facing such, issues with respect to this wildfire displacement and destruction of properties and lives. And this has been, going on, is taking a lot of effect and giving us a lot of problems. And the most important thing is try to see exactly how we can cut down on the greenhouse emission, which has really been causing some lot of catastrophic effect. How do we do that? California has been known, to be more imbibed into such situations in terms of this, and we cannot just go keep folding our hands and allow things and allow properties to be destroyed and damaged. One of the great importance of this whole thing is, we're trying to, kind of possibly look for a kind of a way to, to reduce the effect and reduce exactly people from getting into much problem of being killed with respect to this. So far, as of this time, they've recorded some few people who has lost, a lot of great properties and lives in question, and a lot of things has been going down. The drain in California. The last few hours back, the president, visited earlier and have a talk with, the governor of California with respect to this issue, which we believe, is going to, there's going to be a kind of a drastic, measure that's going to be taken, to curb the situation. And in terms of this situation, we could now visibly see exactly what the climate and the situation is all about like. And we understand, some of these things, has to cause, either by human activities or due to the burns of fossil fuels, that has resulted into the increase in temperature in the region, and that has caused a lot of, collapse in some of the, the atmospheric situation, and the climate in question has given us a lot of, visible outlook, that has to put a lot of things under check. Going into the climate change in question, we should know exactly that, some of the specifics, that we have to look into with respect to this wildfire combinations of certain climate change, human activities, and strong winds. And some of these winds could be so catabolic. What I mean, the catabolic in question, because it has to do with, some forceful winds, going down slopes, which kind of effect in question have been taken, and this wind can travel up to about 600 meter per hours. Some of them can travel about 100 mph, and it's really causing us a lot of destructive measures. And I believe the governor of California is doing everything possible to make sure that all the stands have been put to place. And the question we as a human is trying to look into the possible means of ruling out any kind of arsenic effect, from happening, so that, we could not specify and outline exactly what are the most important things, the causative cause of this wildfire, because it's been dragging for too long. And the fire has not been contained. It has been from one fire to another. A lot of top shots has lost their property. Like we learned from the news that a lot of big personalities have lost their property, their homes, and we have not recorded, as of this moment of reporting this news, there's not been any reporting in question to confirm exactly how many people has lost their lives and how many people have lost their properties in question. The estimated value has not been verified, but we are giving this new live in question with respect to exactly the environment of exactly what's happening in California right here. And we are doing everything possible to bring you a very good and interesting news. So far, so good. Thank you so much. This for the news for now.
Well, I'm a realtor, and to piggyback on your discussion of the environment, I will share 5 of the top lifestyle trends that could be incorporated in any home or apartment, starting with eco-friendly living. It's a crucial lifestyle trend that you can incorporate into your home's decor by using energy-efficient appliances, solar panels, and landscaping with drought-tolerant plants that can reduce water usage. Your willingness to adopt sustainable practices contributes to a healthier planet. And then we have bringing nature indoors. In this trend, you are bringing the outdoors into your home by something so simple as a window overlooking a serene landscape, adding plants, using natural wood in your decor, and having spaces that maximize natural light, such as Larone's space today, just maximizing the sunlight. Okay. And then we have wabi-sabi. Wabi-sabi is a Japanese term which means finding beauty in imperfection, or in other words, to appreciate the character that comes with time, like me. Offering a fresh perspective on beauty by decorating your home with natural materials like wood, stone, and vintage furniture. And then we have return to simplicity. This is a trend that celebrates a return to simpler times that evokes a sense of nostalgia and serenity through soft and flowing curtains, wooden furniture, handmade quilts, and earthy colors. And last but not least is to declutter with purpose. It's about living more intentionally and with less clutter. You can start by evaluating your belongings and deciding what you truly need or cherish. This is something I really, really, really need to do. And I know there's a lot of folks that need to do this. You're letting go of items that no longer serve a purpose or joy. So you'll find that your home feels lighter, cleaner, and easier to manage. And with that said, this is a wrap. I thank you for turning in, and please share your comments. If you like us, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. We always end with say you can, believe you can, and do it.